Hey, Mike and Mary. I just wanted to send this to you just to see what I've been working on, just to decide if you want to move forward or just kind of look at some options based on what you have so far. So, obviously, this is where you're at right now. And it's like a kind of a strange setup with the way the tiles and the paneling is. And the purple is the actual fireplace and the metal fireplace frame. All right, so based on where you are right now, I'm just going to move over here a little bit. This is the actual this is the top of the mantle, and what I'll do is just draw this clear over on all the different options. So I'll just drag this straight over. Okay, so the first option, what I did, I kept pretty much everything the same as far as the size. And if we decide we want to go with a rough cut 6x6 or 8x8 mantelpiece, what I'm recommending is actually dropping it down, because one of the challenges to this is that it's built up 8 inches. It's a very tall frame, and then you've got the chamfered ceiling here, so the ceiling's not super high. So I think if you drop this down a little bit, and then you add that paneling, it's just going to give it a little more balance. So this first option is basically just the fireplace, a very minimal frame or trim piece, and then all of that tile to face it. And it does. It kind of jumps out at you. And the tough part about the CAD program is that it just doesn't give you the color and the depth that an actual picture would. But you still sort of get an idea. And basically, I'm just drawing it up to figure out how many of those tiles that you need. They are available at Home Depot. They're like $16 a 12 by 12 tile. So the top of it here is just sort of shiplap that's built off the wall, and then a crown molding accent. And so that's what that looks like. So based off of this picture that Mike had shared with me, it does have that tile accent, the fireplace, and it does have an element of trim as far as as far as the bottom piece goes. Obviously, the mantelpiece that you're looking for will be different, but it does have the shiplap and the crown molding above it. So this one is the same size frame that you have right now, and it does have a wider trim on the bottom and some accented tile for the wall and obviously the floor. All right, and then we do same thing. We drop the mantle down a bit, and we do our shiplap above it and the crown molding accent. So this one, option two, is pretty well balanced, I think, based on the size that you have. Now, what you could do based on your wall, because you still have a lot of room to work. I think the first two designs are based off of just working within the constraints or the size of the base piece. You could always go wider. You could keep the base where it is, and you could go wider on both sides to add more of that decorative paneling, which is all white, a larger rough cut 6x6 or 8x8. It's still going to give you a little bit of room for your accented tile. And so this third option looks a little bit more like this just by going wider, but you can still see that what I did to make this paneling work, as opposed to this one, I brought the actual mantle up a little bit to be even with the original mantle on the other side, and it gives you less shiplap above the mantle, right? But what this does is actually gives us more of a decorative panel around the fireplace. So that's where I'm at so far. Again, if it's something that you still want to do, and you want me to adjust any of those options in your feedback, I can go from there. And then if you want, I can price material, and we can we can figure it out whenever you're ready to go. So hopefully this helps. I don't really like printing these out and sharing with you either PDF, because it's still tough to understand if I don't really explain it. But anyway, I hope this helps, and I hope it's going in the right direction. So look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye.